The module code is BMAR211,
presented by Ayeye Advertising Agency,
based on study unit 6,
learning outcome 1,
of which it talks about the introduction of service marketing. Service marketing is an act or performance offered by one party to another, although the process may be tied on a physical product. Employees play a very crucial role when it comes to ensuring excellent quality in service delivery and making sure that expectations and needs of the customers are always met. Unaccepted behavior and attitude of workers can unfortunately lead to negative customer experience. There are reasons for deviant service employee behavior, which include lack of understanding from employees in terms of their roles,
conflict between customers and management experienced by employees
remuneration of which is not market related,
poor service inclination,
and lack of teamwork.
Marketing departments in most service organizations do not necessarily play roles. They should, due to the fact that there is no formal marketing department because of the nature of services, which are perishability and intangibility. Traditional marketing departments cannot control the entire marketing process of a service provider. Therefore, many marketing activities are often presented by all employees in the organization, particularly those who deal with customers directly, including executives, sales consultants, and reception staff.
It is important to integrate and carefully manage the functions, activities, and behavior of staff who produce and deliver services to customers, and that the responsibilities of internal efficiency and customer relation building are properly coordinated.
By using internal marketing, the organization can ensure the required integration. Development of service culture in a service organization will ensure an overhearing and embedded fabric. In development and implementation of strategies to ensure the desired excellence in service delivery through people.
Study Unit 6, Managing Employees' Roles in Service Delivery, Learning Outcome 1. This is demonstrating the importance of creating a service culture in the organization. Service culture. The behavior of employees in an organization will be influenced by the culture and values of the organization. Of these, corporate culture and service culture are probably the most influential. The corporate culture has a potential basis for a competitive advantage. The culture must be managed successfully for commitment, low turnover, and excellence in service delivery. The cultural framework in an organization consists of 3 important points, namely structure, systems, and people. The structure relates to the formal reporting of channels in an organizational chart. Systems, on the other hand, refers to people management system used to control evaluation, promotion, and recognition. One of the key problems is placing contact personnel who fit the skills in the workplace of the service organization, because the service providers often involve the customer as a co-producer in the service. A service provider's corporate culture represents the values and the art of the organization and can be considered to be the internal climate of the organization. Conditions that might signal a change in the organizational culture are increased competition, unmet needs and expectations of customers, the new technologies, new strategies, or new structural changes like a new management team.
All right, girls, listen carefully. This is the wrapping department.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the candy will pass by on this conveyor belt and continue into the next room where the girls will pack it. Now, your job is to take each piece of candy and wrap it in one of these papers and then put it back on the belt. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll! Let her roll! Well, wait here. Somebody's asleep at the switch.
What are you doing up here? I thought you were downstairs boxing chocolates.
Oh, they kicked me out of there fast.
Why?
I kept pinching them to see what kind they were. This is the 4th department. department I'd been in.
Oh, I didn't do so well either.
All right, girls. Now, this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll!
Developing a service culture. A service culture can be developed over time, and there is no quick fix for this solution if there is absence in a service organization. Human resources and internal marketing that are adopted can, however, help develop a service culture in an organization. A service culture can be described as a culture where an appreciation for good services exists and where giving good services to internal as well as ultimate and external customers is considered in a natural way of life. There are 4 requirements for the establishment of a service culture, namely strategic requirements, organizational requirements, management and leadership, as well as knowledge and attitude.
Developing a service strategy. A service strategy displays the what, the when, and the who, and how the resources should be used. The mission should be aligned with all how the benefits of the service strategy will be used. And then, according to Crossroads, the opinion that marketing can be organized formal is a rigid service. And then there are three key triggers in this: discretion, routine, and then creativity. McDonald's plays a classical example when it comes to this.
Leadership. Service-oriented leadership is a prerequisite for the development of a service culture. Managers should not only be managers but also leaders, and they should contribute to the development of the service culture of the organization. In other words, they ought to be supportive, inspirational, and attuned to their staff they manage. Leaders of successful service organizations tend to have similar core values, such as integrity, joy, and respect, and they infuse those values into the fabric of the organization. The role of the managers and supervisors is therefore to encourage and motivate staff, provide us guidance, demonstrate leadership, and create a climate where good services are satisfied customers or shared goals. Communication is a critical ingredient of leadership, and leaders should be able to create a dialogue with their staff and provide clear direction and guidance.
Knowledge and attitude requirements. Sometimes resistance to change or the establishment of a service culture can be attributed partly to a negative attitude and a lack of knowledge among employees. Everyone should be knowledgeable about the organization's mission, strategies, goals, and about one's own department's objectives as well as one's goals.
Frontline service employees are integral to the service experience. Boundary spanners are also organization representatives.
Sources of conflict include person, organization, and inter-customer.
Loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to like and comment. Today I'm doing a collaboration video with Rurang PTY, and they'll be explaining to us what are empowerment and enfranchisement. So tell me, what is empowerment?
So empowerment, in my understanding and knowledge, is a process whereby we are given skills, tools, and also other equipment to help boost the service production that we give to people. But we cannot break down empowerment without actually knowing the basics of the empowerment. So we're going live to Geneve, who will give us the levels of empowerment.
Levels of empowerment. On a scale of high to low, highest being involvement orientated and lowest being control orientated. To involvement orientated is high involvement, where employees are trained to develop skills and teamwork to just generally manage themselves. Followed by job involvement, which just allows employees to examine their own work and define their role in the organization. Suggestion involvement, which is closer to cultural orientated. It empowers employees only to suggest ways to improve their role in the organization. Production line. This one involves low cost and high volume situations, and employees are bound to formal measures. Thank you.
Of empowerment. I'm a bit thirsty. Funny. Okay. So the benefits of empowerment are quicker and more direct responses to customers' needs in the service process, quicker and more direct responses to dissatisfied customers' complaints, employees feel more satisfied with their jobs, frontline employees will treat their customers with more authenticity, empowered employees will be a valuable source to bringing new ideas, and then lastly, frontline staff can increase the customers' retention. So, now that we're done with enfranchisement.
No, you haven't started.
Okay, since we're done with empowerment, tell me a little bit about enfranchisement.
Okay, so enfranchisement goes beyond.
Is it?
In actual fact, empowerment is just a stepping stone in customer relations and employee relations. Enfranchisement is giving the employees it could be reward, it could be financially, or in other way put them on a poster and something. But it goes to boosting their morale. That is the essence of enfranchisement.
Great. Enfranchisement to be effective, rewards should comply with the following requirements. Availability. Rewards should be available and substantial. Flexibility. Rewards should be flexible enough so that it can be given to anyone who meets the stated requirements. Contingent. Rewards should be tied down to performance criteria. Visibility. The value of rewards should be understood by all employees and should all be visible. Timeliness. Rewards should be given immediately after objectives have been achieved and criteria has been met. Durability. The motivating effects of the reward system should last for an extended period of time. Reversibility. If employees receive rewards for the wrong reasons, consequences should not be enduring. Bonuses and once-off payments are flexible than lifetime annuities.
Strategy is one of differentiation and customization. Customers are long-term relationship customers. The use of technology is non-routine and load shedding. The business environment is predictable, and managers and employees have high growth and social needs and strong personal skills.
Role of employee in service delivery. Employee role in service marketing. Critical importance of it. Service employees. Boundary spanning role. Human resource strategy for closing gaps. Service culture. The critical importance of service employees. They are the service, they are the organization that customers eyes, they are the brand, they are the market. The service marketing triangle consists of the company, internal marketing, external marketing, interactive marketing.
Marketing strategy of a service firm. External marketing takes place between the company and the customers. It involves making promises to the customer. Internal marketing takes place between the company and its employees. It involves enabling employees to perform better. Interactive marketing takes place between the employees and the customers, which involves keeping the promises.
Satisfaction and profit.
Employee satisfaction is highly influential because employees perform at their best and can impact customer satisfaction when they are in their optimum levels. From an HR perspective, that implies a total package ranging from the existing climate to their potential career. That means that the atmosphere provided for by the workplace should be conducive to support their potential. Beyond being a satisfied employee, the employee who delivers the best customer service is the well-equipped employee. Now, to be well-equipped is definitely not via product training alone, but encompasses being able to influence everything from employees' perception, their habits, until their total lifestyle. After all, we are all customers to each other. Before we cover for the needs of our customers, we cater to each other's needs first. Happy workers, happy customers.
Boundary spanners interact with both internal and external constituents. Source of conflict. Person versus role, organization versus client, client versus client. Strategies for delivering service quality through people. Hire the right people. Develop people to deliver service quality. Provide needed support systems. Human resource strategies for delivering service quality through people.
Uh-oh, looks like something's wrong. I'll take this one, but I'm going to need some of those skills. Hi, welcome to Heritage. How
Here.
can I... Okay, thanks. Let's see, so you're returning?
I couldn't find where to return. I need a replacement.
That's fine, I can help you here. I'm sorry to hear you had a problem. We'll take care of it right away. Can you tell me what happened?
Well, I was coming off your lot and everything was fine.
When a customer is unhappy, let them tell their story. They want to feel they've been heard and that somebody cares.
The car started shaking.
Then ask questions that help you guide them to a solution.
So the steering didn't feel quite right, but you were still able to control the car?
Well, just barely. I mean,
Control your own emotions. Instead of taking it personally, stay calm and focus on solving the problem. It often helps to find something you can agree with. This shows your willingness to work with the customer to solve the problem.
Someone should have told me that your lot would be closed.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. We weren't expecting you back before the lot reopened, but it would have been good to mention it just in case.
No kidding.
Well, let me see what I can do, because I'm sure we can make...
Of customer satisfaction. Consistency, consistency, consistency. How do you sustain customer satisfaction amid rising expectations? McKinsey & Company identifies consistency as the key to customer satisfaction. Consistency is exceptionally powerful. It takes effective customer journeys, the different touch points that characterize a customer's interaction with products, services, or companies to build brand loyalty. According to McKinsey, measuring satisfaction on customer journeys is 30% more predictive of overall customer satisfaction than measuring happiness for individual interactions. Maximizing satisfaction on customer journeys improves customer satisfaction by 20%, increases revenue by 15%, and reduces the cost of serving customers by almost 20%. The 3 keys to consistency identified in the author's research are: 1. Customer journey consistency. Every customer touchpoint must be superior and consistent during each interaction. To underscore this, Assuming that every customer interaction out of 6 yields a 95% satisfaction rate, it means that even at this level of performance, 1 in every 4 customers will have a poor experience during the journey. 2. Emotional consistency. A consistency-driven emotional connection is the key to customer loyalty and trust. Positive customer experience emotions, encompassed in a feeling of trust, are the biggest drivers of satisfaction and exceptional brand experience. 3. Communication consistency. A combination of promises made and promises kept drive the brand. Also, it is important to proactively design communication messages that focus on consistent delivery. Operational realities reinforce the customer's perception of the brand and generate goodwill. Effectively, for any company, the 3 priorities in customer journey excellence are: adopt journey-based approaches, correct areas where negative experiences are widespread, and deliver consistently.
We are Digital Communications. Together, we stand to solve your problem. We were entrusted on elaborating on the following learning outcome 5. Identify the demands placed on boundary spanning employees. What is boundary spanning roles? Boundary spanning roles has to do with employees, the frontline service employees, who are responsible for 3 main roles. Number 1, specialization in operations. Number 2, marketing. And the last one, which is what? Service production. Boundary spanning employees are also responsible for creating a link between the external environment and internal operations. These employees are also responsible and also are referred to as the representatives of the organization. There are 3 key dimensions for customer linking behavior for frontline service employees, which are: number 1, external representation; number 2, internal influence; and the last one, quality service delivery. Thank you.
Sources of conflict in boundary spanning roles. Boundary spanning positions require individuals to possess skills beyond just physical and mental skills. This is sometimes referred to as emotional labor. These jobs are susceptible to stress, and under these circumstances, frontline staff often have to suppress their negative emotions and still deliver an excellent service. Conflict and other forms of stress can occur in boundary spanning roles. 3 types of conflict can occur, which include person-role conflicts, organization-customer conflicts, and inter-customer conflicts, which will be expanded on next.
Hi everyone, I will be doing the person-role conflict. It is demand placed by an employee's job or role that are incompatible with his or her personality or even their skills. So this situation often occurs where it is expected for an employee to suppress his or her personal feelings. So the employee is sometimes expected to smile even if he or she is not feeling well on that day or maybe feeling miserable. So if the customer creates an impression of superiority to the employee might feel belittled and even humiliated. So as a defense mechanism, some employees will build a personal space, and if the customer trespasses on this space, it may lead to conflict between the customer and the employee. Thank you.
Okay, so basically I'll be dealing with organizational customer conflict, which can be defined or described as when the organization expects the employee to behave in a certain way, while it also expects, or the customer expects the service to be performed in a different way. And now the 3 parties which are involved through this conflict, it's the organization, the employee, and the customer itself. And conflict can be resolved through compromise. Now, this common source of conflict has 4 boundary spanning employees, which is between the organization and the customer. An example that can be made is when the employee or an organization hires an employee, and the customer or the bus driver, which is an employee, is driving a bus, and the very same bus driver, the customer expects him or her to be dropped by their house, but then it is not in the policy of the organization. So basically the employee will get in trouble or in conflict with the organization for skipping or not following the procedures and the boundaries. So we'll be dealing next with inter-customer conflict from here.
Ladies and gentlemen, with regards to inter-customer conflict, this is when there are conflict between customers, and it is usually the boundary spanning staff who are expected to resolve them. At times, conflict may arise or occur for boundary spanners when incompatible expectations arise between two or more customers. A good example of inter-customer conflict, it is when a customer in a restaurant complains to a waiter about another customer at a nearby table making a lot of noise or smoking in a non-smoking environment. The chances of inter-customer conflict are reduced when customers expect and receive the same standard of services. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, this is Ayanda Mota, CEO of Starlight Ad Agency. We are doing learning outcome number 6, which is internal marketing. What is internal marketing? Internal marketing can be defined as the management philosophy of treating employees as customers. This goes together with the development of good internal relationship between staff at all levels. This internal marketing poses a challenging task to management. Attitude and communication play an important role in the development of and implementation of internal marketing. We have the service triangle. The service triangle which distinguishes between internal marketing and external marketing. We have a company which is the service organization, and we have internal marketing, then we have employees. This shows us that we are creating a relationship between the company and the employees. And then we have the external marketing, which is between the company and the customers. Under external marketing, we include pricing, promotion, where we price our product, our service, we promote our service, we promote them to our customers. But we are focusing on internal marketing, which is between a company and the employees. My fellow group members will take it through.
Internal marketing. Service employees should be enabled to perform effectively in their interaction with customers, and strategies for enabling service promises are referred to as internal marketing. Internal marketing also has to do with hiring the best employees with desired attitude and training them, as well as giving them the required knowledge to perform their task. Keeping employees requires system and criteria based on the values of the organization. And to communicate effectively, management must provide support and information system to employees so that they are in a position to know what features, expectations of customers and customers.
Internal customers. Who are the internal customers? They are the customers who are directly connected to an organization and are usually but not necessarily internal to the organization. Internal customers are usually stakeholders, employees, shareholders, but the definition also encompasses creditors and external regulators. In general, internal customers don't have a choice. For example, if the sales department doesn't like accounting credit policies, they can't fire that department and hire another one. The importance of internal customers. Having satisfied employees is the key contributor to a company's success. Internal customer service is a service provider to colleagues and other departments within organizations as well as vendors. Providing great internal customer service leads to increased employee satisfaction, lowered acquisition costs, increased performance, and productivity.
Examples of internal customers are flight attendants are internal customers of pilots. Pilots must provide both information and direction to flight attendants so they can do their jobs. Wait staff and culinary staff would both be internal customers of expeditors of a restaurant. Retail shift supervisors would likely consider their shift team, their managers and other shift supervisors as internal customers. Recommendations for successful internal marketing would be internal and external communication should report to one officer. True collaborations between internal and external communicators. Internal communication should serve at a strategic level. Internal communicators need to share information together, engage employees in creating and updating care value chain. Internal communication should serve at a strategic level. Internal communicators need to share information together, engage employees in creating and updating core values. The organization, what it stands for, and its services must be presented to internal customers first. Customer perception of quality of service delivered is, to a large extent, affected by performance of frontline staff. Everything service providers does for external customers is a first experience by own staff. That's it.
Thanks, my love.
Alright, and now we'll be looking at the types of management processes in internal marketing. Right, firstly we'll be looking at attitude management. The attitude aspect of internal marketing incorporates attitudes of employees and their motivation for service-mindedness. And then a prerequisite for positive attitude is appointing people with the right inclination towards service excellence, and as well as management that creates a climate and culture in the organization that is conducive to service-mindedness and the desire to pursue service excellence. And therefore, training and education are important components for this frame of mind. And then, secondly and lastly, internal communication management. All staff involved with customers, either directly or indirectly, require information about service processes, features, and offerings, and as well as customer expectations, transactions with the organization, and campaign or advertising campaigns. Yeah. Okay. All information has to reach employees. And lastly, customer experience is the most pressing mandate for marketers. Therefore, clearly communicated goals, well-trained and informed staff, and as well as happy faces will significantly improve a customer's encounter.
My name is Ayanda, and I will be touching on the strategies to deliver service quality through people. Okay. It is imperative that organizations develop a competitive edge through a service strategy, of which internal marketing plays a vital role. So now you would ask me, what is internal marketing? Internal marketing helps ensure that customer-orientated services promises are met. Okay. In order to build customer-oriented service within the organization, a couple of things need to be considered. The first being hiring the right people. You need to hire the right people. The second one being developing people through training. The third one being providing the necessary support for your employees. And then the fourth one being retention of the best people. You need quality people within your company. Right now, I'll be talking about hiring the right people. The right people need to be hired. If you want quality service, you need to hire quality people. It is also true that some organizations, unfortunately, pay less for what you call service employees, which is actually quite sad, because if you're looking for quality employees, then you need to be willing to pay. Organizations are in constant competition for quality people. This is known as competing for talent,
market share. So it basically implies that organizations with the same characteristics, share the same types of traits, are constantly in competition for good servicing quality people, employees, So this actually implies that organizations should also act as marketers in search for the best possible employees. And once the potential employees have been identified, the organization then should carefully interview the candidates and focus mainly on service competencies and inclinations. What are service competencies? Service competencies are basically the skills and the knowledge required in order for an employee to do the job. And service inclinations refers to like the characteristics, the interest of the people in doing service-related